Okay, so we'll be looking at another part of the Mabinogi Eternity post on the Korean site. So, art technician, character creation. As with most game development projects, the Mabinogi Eternity project was especially in dire need of professional technicians in each field. How are existing art resources rendered within the engine? What should I do to bring this to the new engine? There are always many different types of costumes and hair in Mabinogi. What should I do to make this movement more natural? I really wanted to do it when I went to the new engine, but is it possible to express all the things that could not be expressed due to the wall of an old engine? Because we needed people to give us answers to all of this, generally the problem is solved through collaboration between artists and programmers. In order to develop more quickly and reliably, we had to reduce the depth of communication. So we quickly began recruiting experts, art technicians with technical knowledge and experience, and artists in various fields such as character and background models, animation effects, and UI. We hired a technical artist to handle graphics within the new engine, such as shader development and optimization. When it comes to shader porting, shouldn't we just look at the code and import it? It is certainly true that you can look at the code, understand its structure, and import it in a form suitable for Unreal Engine, but the problem was that the code was very fragmented. Of course, just looking at the resource structure and final rendering result, I could see how the shader was built. But what was important to us was not analogy, but accurate calculation. Even if the calculation is slightly wrong, a completely different result will be output. I recreated the art resource production process and began to analyze the database and rendering related codes one by one. I was able to piece together all the meaningful information one by one. As a result, and we have this video here, so this is the result. Neo uploaded to Unreal Engine to commemorate the success of Pleon shader porting. But it doesn't end here. As I was enjoying the joy of completing a successful shader port, I heard countless voices. So, when we get the light, it starts to sparkle, right? We can just set up the light when we take a screenshot, right? Right now, some outlines come out and some don't. Is everything coming out now? The color of the outline is also just showing off the dye color. My hair is sticking out through my clothes. Are you going to fix this too? Is my hair blowing in the wind now? Of course, it was just the beginning. What was fortunate, though, was that we had invited experts in each field. Please allow character shaders to respond to various light sources. You may be wondering how obvious this is. When using Unreal Engine, it is natural for 3D models to react to various light sources. The Eternity project inherits the flat yet unique colors of the current Mabinogi, while at the same time, the goal is to be able to interact with the variety of light sources. However, it is difficult to achieve both purposes simultaneously with the basic shading model provided by Unreal Engine. We created a custom shading model by modifying the engine code. By removing the fine surface bidirectional distribution function and modifying it to adjust the amount and color of light hitting the surface, a cartoon-like expression is possible. It was tuned to be affected by various fixed and dynamic light sources and provided to character shader creators. Simply put, if you only use the basic shading model provided by Unreal, you can lose Mabinogi's unique style with truly realistic light expressions. Unable to react to different light sources or only see the results of one or the other. There are many different solutions to this, but we chose to create a shading model unique to Mabinogi. And here you can see the default lit and the unlit. Good, now draw the outline too. Because the outline can give a completely different impression depending on its presence or absence, it is an element that can visually separate the background and the character. This is an element that would be disappointing if it were left out in a cartoon-style shader. As such, research is being conducted in a variety of ways. In the case of Mabinogi, a very thin outline is used. Due to engine limitations, it may be missing in areas where application is difficult due to translucent objects or some compatibility issues. There are many side effects, so all of these had to be resolved in the new engine. There are several ways to handle outlines. We tried many different things to find a method that suited Mabinogi's needs. In order to create a sensuous outline in a Mabinogi style while reducing man-hours costs, we chose the scene depth processing method, rather than simply transplanting the existing feeling, so that the color of the clothes shines through, so that the lines remain constant even when the distance increases, so that the lines disappear as the distance increases. To draw or not draw certain parts, to draw lines in translucent materials, etc., we encountered and dealt with a variety of issues. I was proud of the process of mixing and applying non-open technologies and working with character artists. As an 8-year Militian who is still working hard at Mabinogi, I was really happy to hear the news about the engine replacement. So what about the dislocated shoulder? Are all the clothes and hair moving now? In fact, after the decision to replace Unreal Engine, shoulder dislocation was one of the most heard stories. I too was eagerly hoping for this as a Militian before becoming a developer. The programmers and animation technicians put a lot of effort into this part. In the existing Mabinogi, there were insufficient examples such as shoulder dislocation. There were many shortcomings such as polygons breaking when the character moved. At Eternity, we aimed to look as natural as possible in shoulders, hips, etc. And unlike the existing Mabinogi, many bones were added to express the detailed parts of fingers. Additionally, additional bones have been set to make customization more natural. With so many bones added, it is difficult to simply port existing Mabinogi animation files. Based on the existing Mabinogi animation, additional parts such as the fingers are being worked on step by step, and the costumes are also very diverse. In a typical MMORPG projector, the bones are often set and the costume design is designed to match the position of the bones. Since Mabinogi's costumes were already available in various designs, it was necessary to match the costume to patterns. It is not possible to plant infinite bones, and it is difficult to animate or control a large number of bones one by one. Many experts are working hard to successfully replace the Mabinogi engine. Of course, there is still much left to do. A core part of the technical art issue has been dealt with, but in addition, there are countless elements that enrich Mabinogi, such as expressions of materials. We will do our best until the Mabinogi engine replacement is successful, and of course, we will continue to do so thereafter. Alright, so the Eternity page on the Mabinogi Korea website has been updated. So there's a lot of new posts, and we're going to look at this one first. So, Aaron long-term repair plan. So today I would like to explain the various processes for importing Mabinogi's 3D resources into Unreal Engine. In general, commercial engines, resources created with 3D tools are imported through a format called FBX. The Pleon engine uses its own extension called PMG. Therefore, in order to import already created 3D resources into Unreal Engine, a tool to convert the extension was needed. Thanks to quick development of the tools, porting each region went very smoothly. So it looks like they've already ported like all these regions into the game, but they still have to go over them, edit them, and make them look good. Like add all the movement permissions and stuff. So we were able to quickly port all areas in Erin to Unreal Engine. Of course, it would be nice if it ended here, but it would be difficult to say that the porting was complete simply by importing it. So yeah, they have to like add all the movement permissions and stuff. And here you can see them importing like resources from the logging camp in this picture. This is like Dugald Isle. Since detailed materials were not expressed in Pleon, it was also necessary to set each material anew to suit the Unreal environment. So like this is the road in Dumbarton. And I think this is what it looks like with the Unreal thing. That looks really good if that's an Unreal Engine. Things that were made so long ago that their form itself needs to be renewed may need to be replaced by making something completely new. I imagine they'll have to do a lot of that for like the insides of buildings and stuff, especially since like the insides of a lot of buildings are like 2D and look really crappy when you actually move the camera angle around in there. But here we can actually finally get like a good view of Dumbarton. So you can see how they changed like the entrance to Dumbarton here, and this looks really good. And also you can see like this board here, but it doesn't have like, it doesn't have anything on it where there'd usually be images. So it mostly looks like they're done with Dumbarton. Only after going through this process can you complete the background resources that fit the engine environment. Fortunately, all regions were quickly imported using the porting tool. It was pointless to transplant the costumes and hair in their basic form. The framework and wires themselves are lacking to provide natural movement. This is because the skin of the hands and feet also had to be replaced. Because there were many parts that were difficult to meet Eternity's standards, it was in a state where it could only be brought in after some processing had been completed from the beginning. First, rather than taking the basic form as is, we proceed with modeling work to process it to meet Eternity's standards. In particular, we add more wires so that not only the hands and skin, but also the clothes and hair can move naturally. Once the modeling is completed, a framework for natural movement is planted. If you make various settings so that the skeleton can move well... Okay, here's a video. Let's see that. Yeah, that looks really good. Of course, things with simple porting processes can be ported efficiently using automation tools. So here's like some weapons. As the final resource production is completed after going through such a variety of processes, the efficiency of the overall process is very important, as there is a lot of work to be done. We are building a solid foundation so that we can build on it without collapsing. So we saw this in the Korean fantasy party. They're like changing outfits and showing how like the hair and the outfits move. So this looks really good. I like the way this turned out, and it kind of shows us that... It kind of shows us that, like, Dumbarton is in progress right now, and it's getting a lot better. You can kind of see, like, here, how the shingles don't look very good right here. But they look really good, like, in this image on the right. Like, look how much more detail they have now. The flow of time. So this is going to explain how time is going to flow in the Unreal Engine update. And this is a very long post, so I'm not going to read all of this information. I'm just going to read, like, some of the important parts. And we'll look at the pictures in the videos. If you think about the flow of time changes during the day, morning sunlight, noon, sunset, and moonlight in the night sky. The movement of light and the changing shadows are probably the first things that come to mind. As time passes, the position of light moves and the shape of shadows changes. So you can see that in this moving picture here, but for some reason the page is kind of loading this image slow, so I just opened it in a new tab, and you can see it right here. So like as time passes, the shadows are like moving and changing. So light movement and shadow movement changes. And here on the left we have the Turconale Bank in Pleon Engine, and on the right we have it in Unreal. So you can see how like the shadows are moving and changing shape, and how like the lighting is changing, and you can see like the clouds moving in the sky there. Yeah, these videos don't want to load on this page for some reason. Hopefully anyone else that looks at this will have better luck than I'm having. But it seems to be working better if I just open these videos in a new tab. And here we can see, like, the shadows of, like, the lights and the windmill and the building, like, moving as time passes. And here you can see how, like, the sky is changing over the windmill. So this is, like, the day going by. And this art looks really good. And again, this isn't final. It says not final right here and right here. So this is really cool. You can see, like, you can see time passing in the game. You can see the clouds moving. So this is what it's gonna look like in Turco now when the Unreal update comes out. And that looks really amazing. And here we can see, like, the shadows move, like the shadows of the fence here. So we can see that the shadows are starting to become more visible and show. And then they're slowly moving as time passes, like the sun is moving, the shadows are moving the opposite direction. And then this will show us rain. So they also showed this during the fantasy party in Korea. So you can see the rain, and you can see how the wood is darker because it's wet. And you can see the raindrops, like, soaking into the wood. That looks really good. And you can see, like, how the roof looks a little bit darker, like here. Because it's, like, wet, and so is the stone to the building. So the rain effect looks really cool too. So yeah, this is gonna be how, like, time will pass differently. This is all about, like, how time will pass differently in Unreal 5, and how, like, weather effects, like rain, will look. So this is a pretty long post, and maybe that's why some of these things are having some trouble loading. But I would recommend taking a look at it. Alright, let's start playing some Mabinogi today. So it is 3 p.m. in game time. We can get the Pinata right away. The bear one, I think. The scented bear one. Because that one appears in Dugald Isle at 3 p.m. or at 1500. There it is. Alright, well, it looks like we're already done with the Pinata hunt. That's nice. So we'll have to wait a little while until the game notices that we're out of combat. Actually, I have that magic powder that I can feed to my spirit weapon. Oh, those 2 gems, I guess. So we can do this really fast. And 11%. Alright. Let's go ahead and check back. So on Thursday we'll have 15 times done. And then Tuesday of next week I think we'll be finished with time 20. Well, now that we're done hunting down the pinatas, let's go ahead and figure out what the daily dungeons are. Okay, Fiat dungeon. And what's the normal daily dungeon? What are the shadow missions too? Gather base herbs, is it? Looks like that's what it is. Yeah. And Battle for Tailton 1 and their method, okay.
모험가 조합은 이쪽이에요.
Oh, field dungeon for both the veteran and the normal one, so we'll just get it. We'll skip both done when we do the veteran mode. And I think I can do a rebirth. Yeah, okay. So really quick, let's do this. Let's go to our homestead and gather up those base herbs. Then I can use that fruit to level up, and then we can do a rebirth and do the daily dungeons. Oh, I see. I did turn on performances on Saturday because I did a little bit of barding, a little bit of some freestyle jams at the banquet. And that's 50 base herbs.
접수하실 분 오세요.
Okay, 138. And then let's do the rebirth now.
접수하실 분 오세요.
If anyone hears that noise back there, it's my gerbils. I guess they're being pretty loud today. Sometimes they get pretty loud when they're like chewing up cardboard or working on a project. Alright, so let's go do Fiat Dungeon. Oh right, did I have any fine leather like being sold? Good if I put any on here? No, okay, good. Oh, but today is Monday, I can buy a stack of 10. I'll do that the next time I'm in Dumbarton. Anyway, Scythe. Orb that sells 11 durability, so that's good. I wonder what week the Master Plan event is starting. And all bags. Alright, let's go. I think I'll use up this Rundle pass today too. This is from just a veteran daily last week that I just never did. But I still have the pass. And it expires in like a day, so I think I'll use it. For enemies like these, we'll go ahead and use Polar Vortex. And it doesn't stop even if I switch weapons. Okay, lucky guess with that one. Okay, since Meteor will refresh soon anyway, we're gonna get those guys with it. Come on. Let's get these guys. Hey. Oops. Alright, time for the boss. So I think it's just a golem. Let's use hide so we can walk right in here. So golem and some flying swords. We'll take care of these guys first. How many are left? Just that one? I think so. Now. And we'll use that again. A little bit closer. Perfect. Okay, so let's get him with Meteor 3 times. 1, time shift, 2, and 3. Then we'll use Polar Vortex, switch back to the Scythe, and use Fate Foretold. Come on. Get him that. %. Okay, heal up. And let's put him on ice so we can get away. Just in case. Okay, do that. "41 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, wonder what the golem's saying. Something about mana. Unlimited veteran foamer pass, a jade, Smoldering thread, spirit gems, reforged tools. Very nice. Alright, so now we also have a unlimited veteran performer pass, which is kind of nice. Sacred Guardian will be a combination of warrior and cleric, I think. So yeah, just make sure you have your warrior at the Grandmaster and your cleric at the Grandmaster, and then Blast Lancer you'll want Knight at Grandmaster, which is the one talent I don't have because I'm an elf, and dual guns, Gunslinger at Grandmaster for that one. So how much durability does this safe have? 22 and 10 for the orbs, so I'm gonna use up this pass today from last week. I might as well. So we're gonna run Rundle on veteran next. So let's go do that. Plus I like Rundle Dungeon. But yeah, if anyone wants to double check the information about Blast Lancer or Sacred Guardian, I do have videos on my YouTube channel about talking about like each one, which will go over like more details about like the actual talents when they were released in Korea. Crap. Kind of annoying when Meridian Sweeper doesn't work like that. These guys with, well wait a minute, do I have a meteor charged up? No, I don't. Okay, so yeah, we'll use Polar Vortex here. Okay, now for the boss. So we have a few skeletons in here and the ogre. Or the Cyclops. I think I can get that one at the same time, because we're going to use Meteor 3 times, so we'll just get both of them at once. He's pretty tough. We only took out 15% of his health. Let's use Fate Foretold. It's better if I let him get closer for that Meridian Sweep. Oops. And done in 34 minutes and 20 seconds. Not sure if that wizard hat is worth anything. It doesn't have any enchants on it or anything like that. But we'll take it. Another unlimited veteran filmer pass. Wow, now I have 2 of them. I guess we can do a lot of veteran dungeons this week. So Spirit Gems, Smoldering Thread, Gem Powder, and Reforged Tools. I've been through 2 veteran dungeons. I haven't found any fine leather yet. I had 4 when I started today. We still have 4. So that's a little bit of a letdown, but that's okay. What's this worth? Oh yeah, 8,500 gold. Oh, and this is a set item thing, so poison immunity +3 and stomp defense +2. But it can't be upgraded and it doesn't have like any kind of like defense or protection like a helmet does, so I'm not really sure like how good this would actually be. Like, maybe that poison immunity would be a good option if you were, like, doing something like... Maybe a mode of, like, Fiat or Coil that has, like, a lot of poisonous snakes. Alright, let's feed my spirit weapon. It's time. We'll feed her that. 16%, very nice. We went up by like 5 that time. Gem powder, 2. Not much at all there. Okay, and then we have these 9 1,000 spirit gems. Okay, 29%. And how long do these all bags have left? 16 minutes and 36 minutes. Alright, really quick, I will be right back and then we'll decide what to do next. Alright, and we are back, so let's see. Well, now I have 2 of those unlimited veteran foamer passes, so... how long do I have to use those? 6 days? 7 days? So we have all week to use those. Let's go ahead and do shadow missions next. We'll do Battle for Tailton 1 in Tailton, and then their method in Tara. And then I'll decide whether or not I want to do a veteran dungeon today, or if we want to just do commerce. I don't really care either way, I'm just kind of thinking it out. So yeah, let's go to, no, we should do, Battle for Tailton 1 first, because I'm gonna have to switch to my Chainblade to do the, their method one, because zombies are pretty much immune to all magic, or most magic. Meteor will still hurt them, because that does both physical and magical damage. Oh wait, let's see if I can get some passes. It's random, unless it's Friday. So, random items. There we go, there's some shadow mission passes. Just one? Two, nice. Okay, let's toss all the other crap that I don't want. Elite. Battle for Tilden 1. We'll use that pass. Yeah, right around there. That's how you avoid that ice mine. Because there's like ice mines in the front. See if I can dodge them all by memory. Okay, these guys back here are next. I won't go too far that way. Don't want to run into any ice mines. Ah crap, I hit one. Well, I don't do Battle for Tilden 1 very much. I'm more familiar with Battle for Tilden 2. Alright. Those ones. Okay, the next group should be near the church. Come on, get through there. Okay, here it is. And then the next group is up here. Okay, then the next group, the last group will be here. The next group is here. Okay, I'll let those guys get the gold and then we'll take on the boss. And done. Reforged tools and spirit gems. Okay, that bear doll bag is gonna expire in a little over a minute, so we'll summon up this one next. And then let's go to Tara. Okay, Shadow Crystal. And delete their method. And for this mission, we'll switch to a chain blade because zombies. So 3. Alright, let's go. Yeah, the bear doll bag's gone now. He ran out of time. So about over here, nothing? Okay, just making sure. Want to check every corner just to make sure we don't miss anything. These zombies feel a little easy, Are we really doing this on Elite? Yeah, I guess so. I thought maybe I accidentally picked like basic or something. Because these zombies don't seem elite level. Any Z's over here? No? Okay, we're good over there. What about over here? No? Alright. Nothing that way. Okay, what about this way? No? Nothing down here? And what about over in here? Doesn't look like it. Alright. And what about, like, over here? Yep, I thought so. There we go. Grab that gold. Go on. We're not leaving that behind. Okay, there's probably like one more group in front of the barrier. Let's use that. We're so close to boosting anyway, what does it matter? Take most of them out with this. And we're done. Gem powder, spirit gems, reforged tools. Yeah, let's do another veteran dungeon, I think. How we doing on durability? Yeah, we're still good. So I think we're gonna run Berry Dungeon. Because Berry Dungeon has a good chance of dropping fine leather on, like, advanced or higher, so I'm gonna go there for some fine leather, hopefully. Alright, here we go. I'll claim like a speed potion today that won't expire until like sometime during my stream tomorrow. And then we can claim like a second one tomorrow and just like do a lot of commerce then. So we'll make tomorrow a commerce day. Today will be like a dungeon day. Alright. This way, this way. Let's go ahead and equip this, because I want to hit the wrong orb on purpose, at least in Berry Dungeon, because the more enemies we take down, the more chances of fine leather. Oh, whoops, I guess that time I hit the right one immediately. That was my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's get those. At last, some silence in the chewing. Oh, that didn't last long. Got noisy gerbils today. If I had treats, I would actually try and bribe them so they would hopefully get distracted and stop. But unfortunately, I do not. One fun fact about gerbils is they can have they can have goldfish crackers as a snack every once in a while, so that makes a good bribe to distract them for a little bit. So I really wish I had some. Okay, we got those guys. Key 1, key 2, and key 3. Let's use some polar vortex. There we go. Luna, welcome to the stream. I'm mostly doing dungeon runs today. Yeah, so far today is going pretty good. Let's see, I've been streaming, I think this character is about 3 years old, so I've been streaming for about 3 years. 2.5, 3 years, something like that. Perfect. And then... yeah, Mabinogi is my favorite MMO to play, and it's the main game that I stream. Occasionally I might play like a single player game on stream or something like that, but it's mostly Mabinogi content. Use the doorway to kind of control the flow of the enemies here. Okay, let's hide. Get out of there. And then polar vortex. Oops. Spider's a little bit faster than I thought. Okay, those two are down. I'm not currently looking to do like any work on my channel or anything like that. And floor 2. So that took almost 16 minutes for floor 1. Okay, now for the boss. So we have, what, 4 or 5 armored ogres? Something like that? Five ogre warriors, yeah. Okay, so... let's start by getting them with Meteor. We'll get these two. Let's get some MP back. Okay, we'll get these two first. I think I can get that big one over there too. Nice. Okay, one more. Bingo. Now let's pull those two close together with Polar Vortex for some more damage. Let's do that. Okay, that one's dead. So that's 2 of them, and then that one's almost dead too. We have like 2 at like full health. Okay, I'm gonna put him on ice real quick so he can't move while I switch weapons. And he's down. Perfect. Let's heal up real quick. And Fate Foretold on that one. That took out like 17% of his health in one shot. That's good. And he's dead. One to go. Let's do another healing real quick, just in case. Trying to go around me, huh? That's not gonna work. And done in 43 minutes and 47 seconds. I mean 57 seconds. And we have a gem, and smoldering thread, and spirit gems, and some reforge tools. Very nice. Alright. So if I claim a speed potion from this now, it won't expire until around this time tomorrow. And then we can get a second one as well tomorrow. And then we'll have like 40% movement speed for like an hour. So yeah, we'll save those for commerce tomorrow. And just do a lot of commerce tomorrow since I didn't do any today. Not much luck finding any fine leather. Okay, let's use that, and then... Oh, that one ran out of time too? Wow. So yeah, we've done, what, 3 veteran dungeons today? It's not too bad. Alright, let's go ahead and sell that wizard hat. We can make 8k 500 gold off that. Alright. Let's go buy some fine leather. I need to do that because it's Monday and I don't want to forget. So we'll go to Dumbarton real quick. Channel 4 still has some personal shops. Let's see what they have. Not too bad those aren't the wiggling ears. And this one's selling stickers. That's cool. It is a good idea to use a portrait display for a personal shop. It's just one more thing you can do to make your personal shop stick out a little bit more. Okay, fine leather, 18 adventure seals for a stack of 10.
다음 분.
Alright, and then we're gonna sell this for 550k gold. So 55k gold per unit, per piece, and then 550k for the full stack. That usually sells pretty quickly.
좀 쉬었으면 좋겠어.
so today we made like 881k. That's not too bad, actually. Let's feed my spirit weapon real quick, and then we'll wrap things up. %, very nice. And then 30 of those. %. That's pretty good, considering like we started out at probably less than 10% earlier today. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up today's stream right around here, and we'll be doing a lot more commerce tomorrow. Today just turned out to be a better day to get some dungeon work done.